Touted as the biggest leak of confidential documents in history, the Panama Papers claim to expose an international web of corruption and tax evasion by the world's rich and powerful, especially the political elite. The massive 2.6 terabyte leak from Panama law firm Mossack Fonseca is creating an uproar across the world. Iceland's Prime Minister Sigmundur David Gunnlaugsson became the first major casualty of the Panama Papers revelations, stepping down after leaked files showed his wife owned an offshore firm with big claims on the country's collapsed banks. British Prime Minister David Cameron has acknowledged that he had owned and profited from shares in an offshore trust set up by his late father, but has claimed no wrongdoing.
We owned 5,000 units in Blairmore Investment Trust, which we sold in January 2010. That was worth something like £30,000. I paid income tax on the dividends, but there was a profit on it, but it was less than the capital gains tax allowance, so I didn't pay capital gains tax, but it was subject to all the UK taxes in all the normal ways.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has said the leaks were part of an orchestrated attempt to destabilize Russia. Media reports based on the leaked documents allege that Sergei Roldugin, a friend of Putin, had offshore transactions that might be linked to the Russian leader.
More than anything, our opponents are concerned not with it, but with the unity and consolidation of the Russian nation. There is a certain friend of President of Russia, he did something, and probably there is a certain element of corruption there. What element? There is none.
The Chinese government has demanded more clarification on the Panama Papers before considering any action. It has censored all content related to the papers from websites in the country. The move came after the leaks revealed that family members of 8 Chinese leaders owned and operated offshore shell companies. Argentina's president, Mauricio Macri, has claimed innocence in the face of allegations of corruption leveled by the Panama Papers. Meanwhile, US President Barack Obama has appealed for international tax reforms amid the Panama Papers revelations.
Add another reminder in this big dump of data coming out of Panama that tax avoidance is a big global problem. It's not unique to other countries because, frankly, there are folks here in America who are taking advantage of the same stuff. A lot of it's legal, but that's exactly the problem.
11 million documents held by Mossack Fonseca have been leaked to German newspaper Süddeutsche Zeitung. The source of the leak remains anonymous. Meanwhile, Mossack Fonseca has denied it has done anything wrong and says the leaked information is being presented out of context.